3, 2, 1.
Check it out.
Hello out there.
What's going on, everybody?
Okay. Why it seems as though you are like super like hesitant, but this feels weird. Just a little. Got to get back into the seat or whatever they call it. Got to get back into the groove of things. Hello everyone. Good evening. Good night. Happy Sabbath. Happy Friday to everyone. Wow, we're here.
Yep, we're back.
We are back, y'all. Back in the space. We're super glad to be back. So much to catch up on, so much to talk about. So before we do all of the things, we would just love again to always see who's watching, so we can shout you out on our platform. So while we're waiting for the people to chime in or not to chime in, I am tired. Like I just realized that this jet lag is lagging. It is in the place. Like I feel that like wow, I'm tired. Okay. But it is what it is. We're here.
Yeah, we're here. We're here. We're pushing through and we're on.
Yes, we are. We are on. So how was your week?
Besides quick, um, just getting readjusted, reacclimated to being back in Texas. That's about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel the same way. It's just like a trying to get back into the groove of things. Um, after being out of town for about a weekend change, about 2 weeks. And so getting right back into the swing of things has been quite the adjustment for everyone.
For real.
So I guess we're just gonna go rock with it, right? We're just gonna rock through.
Mm-hmm.
So we are jet lag because I guess there's just so much to talk about. Honestly, there's just so much. When we talk about like what's happening in our world, and when we talk about what's happening in our lives, it's just so much to talk about. But we won't be on long. But I guess we can start with what's happening with what's going on with us, or maybe we should talk about what's going on in the world just a little bit, acknowledge it, and then
Yeah, either way is cool with me.
all right. Just wanting to first give condolences to people who have lost, to individuals, people who have lost loved ones. I feel like on my timeline, I'm seeing a whole lot of, you know, uh, a whole lot of rest in peace, and people are literally mourning the loss of family members. So just want to acknowledge that is happening in our world, in our spaces. I know Pastor Brown, just want to give not official, but a public condolence to his wife and his daughter, who and all of those who are mourning his loss, church members alike. Just our hearts are heavy, and just want to know that our hearts and our thoughts and our prayers are with you as you all navigate this uncharted waters. So want to do that, as well as anyone else who's going through and mourning the loss of family members or friends. We also want to acknowledge the 4 individuals that died day before yesterday um, I don't even want, I can't really talk much about it, but I just want to talk acknowledging, that what's happening in our country. And you probably can speak more into it, but I honestly don't have words because, it's like we live in this world where, yeah, I can't talk about it. So I'm going to defer that to you for sure.
No, I think anybody who cares doesn't have words. Like I think the
Mhm.
people who care about what's happening when it comes to shootings, particularly children, you don't have words, right? You're out of words.
Out of words. Yeah. Yeah. So that's happening in our world. There's just so much that's happening. And I feel like if we're not careful, like we can easily be, um, depressed or have tons of anxiety attacks
Mhm.
because of what's happening.
Mhm.
And so prayers and thoughts and but Jesus to hold us all together.
Right. Yeah, it's an American thing. Looks like it's not a problem that we're ever going to try to fix because I think too afraid to stand up to the NRA, the gun lobbyists that spend a lot of money buying politicians. But it's an American thing. We're the only country that's known for this,
Yeah.
and it's the number one killer of children.
My God. My God. Yeah, that's tough. It's tough, especially when you have kids that are going to school, right? When you have kids that are school age, and they're going into these schools, these buildings where the only thing is for them to learn, right? But they have to worry about, gun violence, like if they're going to get. So yeah, there's just so much, so much, but I don't want to necessarily stay there, as I know that that would probably be the entire show, us just kind of talking about, what transpired on was it Tuesday or Wednesday? I think Wednesday, right?
Feels like it was Tuesday.
It was Tuesday.
Maybe it was Wednesday. I'm not sure.
Okay. Yeah. So just talking through that. But yeah. So it's interesting how when you go to other countries, right? When you visit other countries, I don't know about anyone else, but usually Jamie and I always have these conversations of like, what is it going to take for us to move to this country, to this particular country? Because especially with what's transpiring lately, I feel like it's just they're not experiencing, some countries aren't experiencing to the extent of what we're experiencing here in America there. And so recently we went to Kenya. Kenya was the main destination. We went to Kenya and we went specifically, it was like a mission trip. And we spent about a few days there, 10 days, I think we spent there, but essentially it was for a purpose. So the purpose was
our friend was doing surgeries in his village, free orthopedic surgeries, took a team of doctors there, and they were just providing just free free physical health services to the people in the Kisi village.
Yes. So Kisi is, first of all, it's a lot more developed than I imagined. But it was pretty cool to be with the people, to kind of interact with them, as well as the children. We were able to bless I guess it would be like a welfare home, almost like what it would be equivalent to CPS, right? CPS. And so they service children there in the facility. And so we were able to bless them with a few things. basic things that will basically meet their needs for the moment, but we've partnered with them. So we're looking forward to that continued partnership for years to come. But what an exciting opportunity to like really see the hands and feet of Jesus. Like, here are amazing medical professionals who are giving of their time and their service to the people of Kisi, who unfortunately medical care is not something that's free. They have to pay for it. And having an orthopedic surgery, right? That's super expensive. And so these surgeons and PAs and nurses all gathered in one place to give the surgeries for free. It was just phenomenal. So shout out to Eddie Myrura and all the other medical team, but it was basically headed by the Myrura Foundation, which Eddie and his wife Selena started. And so it's just an amazing thing to witness how I believe the medical personnel were touched, as well as the people were touched by this awesome act of kindness.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was cool. And then our daughter Caitlin got to be in the surgery room with them.
Yes.
And she got to witness them doing their surgery. So
yeah, I think that was probably like the coolest of the cool, being able to see her.
Mm-hmm. Right. And her excited about doing it too. So it wasn't like it was pulling teeth.
Yeah,
She
we
was
didn't
happy.
force it for sure. She was super excited when he not recommended, but suggested or asked if she would like to participate. And she's like, absolutely. So that was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
But we just had a really good time as a family, just being able to put our hands to the plow, as well as just vibing with each other. Like I told a friend of mine, I was like, I'm so glad that I like my family. Like I can't imagine spending all those days together and like we're at odds.
Right.
Like that's torture. I can't mess with that at all. That's torture for us, but or that's torture for me. But it was just nice to be able to spend the time with the family.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was good. It's good break. Good R&R from the usual day-to-day stuff, school, work, home, TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I also think what's cool is that I feel like visiting other parts of the country, of the world rather, is great, but there's just something about going to Africa. There's just something special about going to Africa.
Yeah.
You want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, I think it just feels like home. It just feels good not to be a minority.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is. It's just going there and seeing billboards with people that look like you, politicians that look like you, TV shows, everything. It's just you are the majority, not the minority.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And it feels good to see that,
right,
and feel that. Of course, every country, every part of the world has to have their own issues,
mm-hmm.
but for the most part, man, it felt great. I also want to talk about, I don't know if you guys experience this, that when you travel outside of United States of America, that you lose weight when you are in another country.
That's you. That's not me.
I feel like that's you too.
I don't think I lost weight.
I feel like you did. I feel like there's something to, I don't know, the food for sure, right? There's nothing's processed, or the amount of processed food is like at a minimal. You're eating from like fresh food. Nothing is there's no hormones or nothing in there. Like it's so fresh. And so I feel like the body processes that much faster than the processed food. And I don't know, every time I go away, I feel like I lose weight. Between the walking, between the eating clean, man.
Yeah, there is you could definitely tell the difference with the food. I think you sent me a meme of like somebody coming back to America and eating all the processed food, like so sad. But yeah, there was a difference in the food. The meat, definitely. The chicken is a lot different.
Yeah, it is.
It's just more firm
Yeah.
than what we have here in America. But I think like I enjoyed the most like the fruit juices, the natural
man.
juices.
Let me tell y'all something. I don't know about anyone else, but my favorite fruit is mango. And every time someone asked me what I wanted to drink, I was like, please pass me the mango juice. Does anybody else like mango? I know you don't like it as much.
I love mango. I mean,
You said love.
Yeah, I think it's one of my favorite fruits, but I'm not. You ain't gonna see me cutting it up.
Yo,
I can't.
I cut up some mangoes. I could eat mango all day, every day. Like that could be like the only thing I eat for the entire time is mango.
Yeah, I think that's what you did do.
Is there a particular fruit that you like that like the way I like mango? Is there a fruit that you like just as much?
I don't think I have a fruit that I love just as much, but I would say pineapples. I could sit down and eat pineapples all day.
Yeah, unfortunately, I see that Anderson says mango is cool. Pass me the pineapples. For me, I feel like pineapples, it cuts up my tongue too much.
I don't get that issue.
Yeah, I have that issue. I don't know about if anyone else has that issue, but that joint be like cutting up my mouth. Like it tastes good, but that joint, my tongue be on fire.
Anderson said he tried a cherry plum and it was incredible.
Cherry plum.
I don't think I've ever had that.
Hmm.
We had passion fruit. I didn't know that it was so tart.
Yeah, it's pretty sour. So that means that passion fruit juice, that joint, it has a whole lot of sugar in it.
Right, because the sugar was good. We had, remember at the country club, they had passion fruit and mango juice. And you know, those juices are freshly made.
Man,
So I'm sure it had a lot of sugar inside of it.
that joint is mad good. Mad good.
He says it's essentially a plum-sized cherry.
Huh. I'm interested to know where is that? Where's a cherry plum from? Like what's the what country or whatever is known for cherry plums? I've never heard of it before. But okay, so we went to Kenya, spent a few days there, enjoyed ourselves thoroughly, and then we had, well, when we were going, we had a layover in Doha, but it was for only an hour, so we didn't have a lot of time to explore. But do you want to talk about Doha or
man.
Qatar?
Yeah, Qatar. So it sounds like, I mean, I may be new to me. People may have heard of Qatar and they've probably been there before, but Qatar was just an experience in of itself.
Man.
Just talking to our driver that was showing us around the city and just hearing about how, you know, there's no crime. Well, I won't say there's no crime. I think everywhere has crime, but there's little to no crime, little to no incarceration. Everyone seems like they're taken care of. And just the architecture in the city was just absolutely amazing. Like, it was like, it's like what I think Qatar showed me what a society can look like when the government chooses to invest in its people. That takes its extra resources and invests in making sure the people are doing well, like they have what they need.
Yes.
So it's almost like nobody's poor, at least that's what it felt like. So there's no reason to steal from each other. Remember, he was telling us this story about, what was it, the lady that lost her engagement ring?
Her wedding ring.
And she left it. It was like in a museum or somewhere.
In the bathroom.
In the sink, and came back the next day or a week
later. No, it was just hours later.
And the ring was still there. So he was just making that point to show, like, we leave our doors open. Nobody has a reason to steal because everything is provided for them.
That's insane. Like, while we were there, I just kept thinking to myself, why am I in America again? Like, golly, like the quality of life to be able to not have to worry about, you know, things like that, right? Your safety, your um, just we were walking the streets pretty late at night, right? And I did not have not one moment of we may be in danger, right? Because we were exploring the city by ourselves. And so it was not once did I feel like, hey, we are potentially in danger. Like it just felt so great to just navigate the spaces. And for the most part, people were pretty friendly. But if you are thinking of a destination to go to, please put that on your list. Like for real, for real. Like that joint is incredible. Like thinking about the architecture, thinking about like the beaches,
the
like
fish market.
golly, like
Yeah, a fish market that didn't smell like fish. It was the most cleanest, pristine fish market I ever saw
insane.
in my entire life.
Yeah, it's insane. But even the fish market was like they had like these mosaic kind of art happening, like breathtaking. We went to the museum and we learned a lot about Qatar, and we learned about its history. And I mean, honestly, what they offer their citizens, I'm just like, what are we
Yeah.
doing with our lives?
Yeah, but there's no way you can get what they offer their citizens. Like, and even if you have a child over there, the child is not eligible to get it as well. But on the like we were talking to our driver and he was just saying that even though that's the case, even if you're not a citizen, there's still pathways for you to do really well. And then I asked him, I said, what do they call them? Qatarians? Qatar? I don't know what they call them. People
They call them Qatari.
Qatar, what the Qatari people like, do they look down on you because you're not from Qatar? And his response, it could be different from somebody else's response, but his response was like, no. It was like they're very friendly and very welcoming, and they will, it's not a matter of looking down on you or prejudice towards you. I was like, man, sign me up.
For real. Put it on your list, y'all. Like for real. Like an amazing, amazing place to visit. One of my friends, she was just like, she thinks that it's better than Dubai. Like Dubai is where everyone goes to, everyone wants to visit, and I'm sure it's beautiful. I've not been as yet. But I don't know, Qatar is on that list. It's on top of that list where I'm just like, let's go ahead and visit this again, because it's, even though it's a smaller country, it's still very rich.
Yeah, it's and
resources.
So Shanair, thank you for the shout out. Appreciate it.
I think it's Shane.
Yeah. Shane, yeah. Shaner?
Shane.
There's an R at the end there.
I know, but it's Shane.
Okay, Shane. Appreciate it. Thank you. For the support and for the prayers. And to Anderson, yeah, it is relatively like, I think their history, they were colonized. Somebody, I think, trying to remember in the museum, they were either colonized.
I think it was Britain, right?
Or oppressed by somebody, and they were the main way that they brought money in was through fishing
and pearling as well.
Yeah, and then after that, they discovered, yeah, typo I can't change. Yeah, he said it's Shane, and so after that, they discovered they had natural gas. And because they have so much natural gas, they really blew up into becoming what they are right now. And yes, so I guess they are like a new nation, independent, but they are like leaps and bounds ahead of a lot of other nations. And we went to a mall where they have there's air conditioned concrete, like
outside you're walking and it's air
and you feel cool air coming on
like
you.
What?
The stadium that they built for the World Cup was made out of cartons, like shipping containers.
Mm-hmm.
And they're about to break that thing down and ship it to Kenya so that they can have it, because they're about to build something new. And I think we learned like they're building a new city.
Yes.
They built a city.
They built a city.
And they're about to
a
build
man-made city.
another man-made city.
Yeah. Like I think it's like an island or something like that. Whatever it is, it's crazy.
Yeah, like the science, it sounds like they're really big on science, because the kind of stuff that they have over there was really like blowing our minds, with them building new cities, the air conditioned ground, the architecture, the museum, the mosque, all of that stuff. I was just like, I think we flew to Kenya before, and we had a long layover in Qatar, and I didn't like think about exploring Qatar, because I imagined Qatar was like what you see on the TV. This is why TV is terrible, right? Because like I imagine Qatar looked like how that movie you brought up, Slumdog Millionaire.
Yes.
Like I imagined it looked like that. Busy, people all over the world, selling food on the street, unsanitary, all that stuff. And so I think one day Caitlin and I were watching TV, and we was like, let's just look up Qatar. And then we realized it's one of the richest nations in the world.
Yep.
And Qatar is just absolutely amazing. Like Dubai, move over. Qatar was nice. I haven't been to Dubai, so I can't compare it, but I would like to vacation like a few days in Qatar.
Absolutely. Absolutely. For sure. It's really nice, really beautiful. But that's pretty much we've been traveling. So traveling has pretty much inundated our been what it is that we've been doing a lot of, especially summer. Summer was kind of crazy, and now here, school's starting and all the things. So we're trying to be a little bit more settled.
Mm-hmm.
But I definitely feel that it's a blessing. It's a blessing being able to travel as a family and see the world.
Yeah, you didn't talk about Masai Mara, the safari.
Oh yeah.
And visiting the Maasai people.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, so we did Masai Mara, the safari. That was very interesting too. And lions are lazy. And
well, at least when we were time that we went to the safari,
they're just some lazy animals. They only wake up when they want to hunt and eat. Most of the time, they just was sleeping.
Remember, there were other people. They saw lions and cheetahs, like they were active.
Yeah, I'm just giving my experience with lions altogether. And I go to the zoo, them jokers be sleeping.
It's true.
I'm in their habitat, in their reserve in Kenya, and lioness was just sleeping.
I think
we went to the zoo the first time we went to Kenya.
It's the time of day.
Went to the zoo.
It's the time of day. Their bellies are full. It's hot, and they just want to chill, just like you would. So that's why they're always sleeping. I think earlier in the day, they are out and active. They're trying to get that meat, but for the time that we've always been out, it's always hot. And so they're not trying to.
We saw hyenas and vultures eating a carcass.
Yep, that was exciting for the girls.
Giraffes. We saw zebras. It was just nice to see animals in their natural habitat.
Yeah.
The cheetah. Cheetah was trying to get some food, but cheetah wasn't strategic enough. We saw wildebeest, we saw hippos, and so that was a great experience. And then we went to go visit the Maasai people, the tribe, and I'll let you talk about.
Oh, you want me talking about that?
Experience with the Maasai people.
So it was amazing. It was great. It was a great experience. Being able to learn about the Maasai, and I believe they were like one of the original. I don't want to say original because they all existed all together. But it was pretty cool that they're the ones that pretty much keep the tradition of tribal life versus like the other tribes. They're kind of modernized or not modernized. What's the other word?
Yeah, I think
westernized or whatever.
Modernized.
Yeah. And so, they own a lot of cattle, and they're still doing. They don't farm. They don't farm because they realize that farming brings like other animals that will mess with their cows, and so the elephants would come if they were farming. So they don't farm, they go to the markets and eat whatever, but they're pretty resourceful. We visited a home. I can't wait to show pictures. We visited a home, one of the how they live, and so it's made out of, what is it, cow manure basically, and sticks. And we went inside. It's super dark. There's no light. The only light is a little hole that you see, and God forbid if it's like raining and it's dark, like lights out for everybody. But the kitchen is like right here, like literally maybe about like taking one step to the right is where the parents sleep, the mother and father, and then one step to the left is where all the children sleep. Now, where all the children sleep, it's not like a room. It's literally just a flat surface, and they sleep there. They also practice polygamy. And so when we heard that, we're like, okay. They practice polygamy. And so they have a guest house and a guest room, and the guest room is for guests. But very humble, very, very humble kind of things, kind of living. I think they only allow their houses. They stay in those houses for, what is it, 9 years? At the 9 years, they literally burn it because sometimes termites or other
termites,
bugs
would eat the house.
We eat the house, so they burn it and then they build again. And this was something else that amazed me. The women are the ones that build the houses. Yeah, I said it. The women are the one that builds the houses for them to live in. And it usually takes them, I think he said 3 months or something like that. Listen, when he told me that, I was like,
yeah, the women are very resourceful. And, that was that part. And then they talked about the boys. And I think the boys are circumcised at the age of 15. And then after they're circumcised,
not 15. Is it 15?
15 or 13. It's when they're older.
I feel like 15 is too old to be circumcised.
I think they're definitely old enough to know what's happening.
Okay.
Right. So, and I think a lot of like proving the manhood is how strong you can be during those like painful exercises. Because the other thing too that he explained to us was that when they're becoming a man or at a certain age, they're told to go live out in the forest or the jungle for 2 years.
2 years.
And in those 2 years, they have to kill a lion. And they have to bring the lion's mane back, or the head, or some part of the lion back to the village. And so once they do that, they're brought into manhood. The other thing too is like with the tribal dance, it seems like the better you can do something, the more you will get. Because you remember with the jumping?
Yeah.
And they said the higher you jump is the more cows or whatever you will receive. So it's a lot of like, I guess, just various ways to prove your manhood or to prove that you are worthy of all of these things. And, no screaming, no crying and stuff like that. The homeboy, man, when he showed us the chain with the lion's tooth, he could have been lying to us, but maybe, I don't think he lying to us. I think they really, because they put that thing on my head too, which was like something, I forgot what part of the lion it was, but all of that stuff we learned. We saw how they made fire. They don't use matches, they use sandpaper and another thing, and they make their fire. And when there's a celebration, they kill the cow, right? And they drink the blood.
For like weddings, I think maybe a baby being born. I don't know.
But you know what we said, and I'll close it out on this point, was that we look at like when I read the Bible and
Oh,
I read
here
about
we go.
tribes and I read about some of the stories, I'm like, man, stuff that I read in the Bible seems very fitting and matching to what I witnessed with the Maasai tribe and just in Africa, right? Like seeing them minding the sheep, seeing them with, like when God says, I have a cattle on 1,000 hills, and understanding how much a cow is worth in their culture, so I'm assuming that if they read about like a cat, God has a cattle on 1,000 hills, they're probably like, yo, this God that we serve is wealthy because he has he has cattle on 1,000 hills. I'm just saying from my perspective is that I don't hear about Jews talking about the sheep that they mine
I could see them talking about sheep that
or the lions that they kill or things like that. I feel like Africa is the bedrock of society. And I just feel like my interpretation and when I read the scriptures, I feel like it matches more with what I've witnessed in Africa. Now, I haven't been to Israel and to other parts, so maybe I need to go there and so that I can have a fair and balanced um, interpretation. But I just feel like what I witnessed in Africa, I feel like I was probably with David. Like if the Maasai man told me, we send our, and he was talking to David, and he was like, yo, we send our boys out in the jungle to go kill a lion. David would be like, oh, that's wonderful. I did that too. I killed a lion and a bear, right? Like those stories seem like they match more. I've never heard those type of stories from any other race or any other group of people. So I thought that was kind of eye-opening from my interpretation.
yeah, yeah, it was pretty interesting because I think how it started was I think I said something like um it made sense when he said that you have to go, the boys at 15 years old have to go spend 2 years in the jungle, 2 years in the wild, and they have to be able to kill a lion in order to come back. And so, it just reminded me of David, like him being able to defend himself. And like these young men are out there by themselves. The good thing is that they're not, it's a group of them. It's not like they're by themselves, but essentially they are learning together how to survive the wild. And I'm just like, yo, honestly, I probably would cry for my son because I'll be like, what if he doesn't kill the lion?
I think
Is he not seen as a man? Like that joint is crazy.
it's a lot of pressure.
And how many lions are there just sitting waiting to be killed?
I don't know, but I'm too Western. I couldn't do it. First of all, I don't think I could stay in a Maasai village for a night. I'm too Western. Like,
but the guy said that there are people, not as dark as we are, who live with the Maasai tribe for months.
yeah, I can see our white brothers and sisters enjoying that that kind of life. They would immerse
Some of
themselves in
them,
it.
yeah. I'm like,
Yeah, a nice friendly visit is enough for me. How you doing? I like your beads. Can I take a few beads back from me?
yeah, it's crazy because I've never, not that I've never heard of them, but I could never, I mean, it was rough.
But in Kenya though, there are
Sorry, I
like,
can't even say the words. It's rough.
I think they say in Kenya there were like 42 tribes. There are a lot of tribes. And I was watching a program on PBS or Amazon something, and they were just talking about some other tribes that are in Kenya as well. So, but I think the Maasai tribe, because not only do they stick to their cultures, they've also learned how to market their culture too, where they're doing their dances at the airport and people get money, they're making their beads, people come visit the village. They show that almost like they do like a museum tour, and then at the end of the tour they take you to like the marketplace where they have all the stuff set out so you could buy. So that's how they generate income to keep doing what they're doing. I don't know about the other tribes that are doing it as well, but that was an interesting part of our trip to Kenya.
Very interesting. I can't wait to show pictures. Hopefully soon I'll be able to show pictures. Like, one of the things that I'm trying to do in this season of my life is enjoy the moments more in silence than to enjoy it with like a production, right? Feeling like I have to take this picture, or I have to do this video because of da. You know what I mean? Like, I'm really learning or trying to balance that, being in the moment and relishing it, not being in the moment to share it with others. And so I have so many pictures in my camera, in my camera roll. However, I say camera roll like it was like back in the day with I just dated myself. But anyway, like in my photos, like there are a lot of pictures that I have. It's just that I'm really trying my best to stay present, in every sense of the word, not trying to create something, not trying to take pictures to create anything, but just to be able to just be present and be in the moment. Because I think I had to kind of like deconstruct my brain from being present, learning how to be more present, even with the girls, right? Learning how to, if I'm sitting with them, I'm just sitting with them. I'm not sitting with them with my phone in my hand, or I'm not sitting with them with distraction. Like, if I'm going to sit with them, I'm going to sit with all of me, right in the space, right in the area, right in the moment. And so I think that's like something that I'm really trying my best to. So lots of pictures to share. I feel so overwhelmed right now with the amount of pictures, the amount of experiences that I want to share. But I just, at the same time, don't, because I'm like, I just want to be present. I don't want to be, doing that stuff. So
yeah, being present is important, because you can, like, you look at everything in society now, concert, everybody's got their phone up. Somebody getting shot, robbed, they got their phone up every minute. And so it's like, I know you're trying to capture the moment, but I feel like sometimes you can miss the moment trying to capture the experience.
Yeah. So it's a real thing. It's a real thing. Like, the first thing we want to do is pull out our phones. But sometimes I feel like we truly miss moments that I feel like will last longer without the phone.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
We miss conversations with people. We've missed interactions. We miss so much sometimes when we're just always trying to capture on our phones, opposed to just literally being, all of our senses are fully invested into this one moment. And so I don't know if anybody else out there struggles with it just as much as I do, but my gosh, it is, with these vacations, I've just really been trying to be present. So I was also, prior to going to Kenya, where did I go?
Spain.
I went
to Italy.
Yes, I went to Spain and Italy. I've been to Spain before, Barcelona, but I've not been to Italy. And it was so beautiful. Oh my gosh. So specifically, we went to, where did we go? It feels like forever. Where did we go? What part of Italy? Oh, shoot.
Was it Milan?
Yes, we went to Milano. There we go. Whew. I'm like, where did we go? And that was an amazing experience. Again, lots of pictures, but also trying to stay in the moment, trying to absorb the beauty of the space and the place. And so I have a question. I have a question for you, but I will have a question for our audience. When you guys go on vacation, right? You land, you get to your hotel. Do you guys, and you pretty much have more day than you do have night at that point in time, right? Like you have time to explore. Do you chill or do you get right into experiencing all the things in that city or in that country? I'm interested to know what our viewers do when they go on vacation, like, or they're exploring a new space for the first time. Do you unpack, sit there, chill, let it marinate? Do you take a nap? What do you do? Or do you get right into exploring the space? So I'm gonna let them think, but I'm gonna come to you. What do you do?
Chill. Because I know how many days I'm gonna be there.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm gonna be there for a few days, just relax, walk around the hotel, just chill, and then tomorrow start early.
Okay. That's good. I can't wait to see what other people say. I'm gonna say for me, I'm completely the opposite of Jamie. Like complete opposite. And that would probably be something cool to talk about. Like, how do you vacation with people, with someone who, like for me, I am very much like, when I get there, I don't want to waste time. So let's get it. Let's get this money's worth. That's me. But you're like, we can chill. We can do other things.
Look, get
Later.
to it. There's only so much.
Thank you.
And then y'all can hang out together. But
Thank
not
you.
me. I'm like, I'm good. I'm gonna be there tomorrow. We can start early in the morning and get it going. And that's the thing. I prefer to start early in the morning than trying to sleep in late and do stuff later. I'm like, let's plan it out. I need a plan. I don't like randomness to just, that's not me.
It's not random per
It
se.
is, because you just land. Where are you going?
What do you mean?
Where are you going?
You just walk outside and you be like,
random.
No, it's not random.
Yes, it is.
No, it's there's a little bit of randomness and a lot of spontaneity too.
No.
Like it could just be, yo, let's just walk these streets and just kind of truly absorb the culture and the people and the things around you.
All right, you're gonna walk right into the hood.
I don't care. I'm from the hood. So.
Nah, I'm good. I just need to chill and then get my bearings, and then I figure out what move I'm gonna make after that.
Yeah. So we're opposites. We do not. So for us, when we go on vacation, it's a balance where I have to do this sometimes where I'm like, I'm just not going to do anything. I'm just gonna chill. I'm gonna chill. Even though inside of me, I'm like ready to go. I'm just gonna chill. But what do you do? Well, sometimes I feel like you also would say, all right, I don't want to go. I don't feel like going, but I'm gonna go.
Right. I'll do that just to make you happy.
Aww.
But if it's up to me, I'm all right. I'll see you tomorrow. See, look, chill on the first and the last day.
No.
Thank you, Jamal.
Maybe. I wonder if it's a guy thing versus like for us, some of us women, where it's like you gotta go. Like, why are we sitting down waiting? Like you had all the time sitting in a plane, right? For how many hours, right? Depending on where you're going, you're spending more than an hour on a plane. You did the sleeping thing. You did the resting thing. Let's go.
Planes make you tired. So you get to the hotel, you see your bed, you see your room, you absorb that, you take that in, and then you start deciding, you start planning and deciding, okay, I'm gonna go here tomorrow, I'm gonna do this tomorrow, I'm gonna get that. The first day is just chill, doing the most.
Yeah, I'll do the most because I know what I spent to get here. So I'm going to do the most.
You gonna do it tomorrow.
No, unfortunately, sometimes it does not pan out that way.
Then it
Because
wasn't meant to
because
happen.
guess what? You're gonna get hungry, right? You're probably gonna be hungry, and you're like, "What are we eating? What are we going to eat?"
You get dinner at the hotel.
Sometimes the hotel's food is not that great, but you also want to eat what everybody else outside of the hotel is eating.
Nah, I'm all right.
This is how it is for real, y'all. Like I have to sometimes convince Jamie, be like, please, let's just go outside and walk and just embrace the culture.
That's why I'm glad we have children, because you take Caitlin with you, and me and Amber stay back.
It's so messed up. But I've learned to, balance it out where, I'll try to I try my best to balance it out.
I ain't travel all that way to just lay down.
Thank you. Thank you. I can do that at home. Chill when you get back. I never work the day after I get home so I can decompress.
Me too. I don't work the day after either.
But I feel like that is true vacationing.
There's a difference between a vacation and an expedition.
No.
If you're going on an expedition, yes.
I feel like if there's water, for me, this is for me. If there's water, I'm a chill. If there's if I walk outside, if I'm on a resort, for the most part, I'm a chill. But if I'm staying in Italy, I'm gonna be outside.
I'm good.
I'm gonna be outside.
Where we going? Where we going? Let's walk up this street. Let's go over here. That's too much work. Too much brain power.
You don't even have to use it because
here.
I'm the one that's
no, I got
leading.
Yeah, we gotta follow, walking up hills and all that other stuff. I'm all right. You go by yourself. I see
you let me. You know what? And that's okay, because he knows that I'm okay with doing that. Yep. I'm okay with being like, yo, I'm out.
Yep.
2.2 seconds. I'm out. I don't have to sit here
do your thing
and wait for you.
I could track you on your phone.
And he literally does. So I mean, that's the interesting thing about being married to someone who's kind of opposite you, because trying to compromise and trying to create that balance where I don't feel like where I feel like I'm being robbed and he feels as though he's being robbed of the experience that he intends. And so is really trying to have that balance of, okay,
right,
it's okay if he's in the room. But that comes with a whole lot of maturity, because I remember before I used to struggle with that, because I used to be like, oh, what's the point of being on vacation and being by yourself? Or what's the point of coming with your boo, with your spouse, and they're not with you?
Yeah. Nah, I can't do it. I don't like randomness. I like planned out, curated experiences so I can prepare myself in my mind for when I'm going to the museum. I can prepare. I like to know what I'm doing before I do it. I don't like, what we gonna do? What we gonna do? Oh, we going over here. Let's walk here. Oh, look at that.
Why you make it seem like that?
Because that's how it is. Oh, yo, let's go here. I want to walk here. Oh, look at this store. Nah, I can't do all that. I like to be prepared for where I'm going.
We are the opposite, because I'm like, what preparation? The preparation is we flew here to not sit in a hotel room doing nothing, watching TV that you don't even understand what's on the screen. I love that kind of TV. Like, what are we doing? Like, they only have 2 channels and none of it is in your language. So what are we doing?
I like that. I like to just soak everything in.
The struggle is real, but we're learning how to make it work for us, where in a safe way, right? Making sure that I'm safe. It's usually me, making sure that I'm safe and I'm aware. And sometimes I will guilt you into be like, come on, man.
Yeah, and then you lose all concept. Why are you laughing? You lose all concept of time. Like the marketplace. When we went to the marketplace, I was like, all right, go to the marketplace. I want to try authentic
I knew this was gonna come.
Qatari
this
food.
was gonna
This
come
is
back
why I
at
don't
me.
do
See?
randomness.
Here it is coming back at me.
That's why I don't like randomness. Like we just go into the marketplace to get. I want to sit down and have dinner. You just you and Caitlin in every little store. Oh, let me try this. That's how over here. It got so late we didn't even get to eat. We ended up eating a burger and some whack airport Chinese food.
You liked it.
I had to like it.
It is what it is.
That's why I don't like randomness.
It's about experiences.
I think everything for me is a mission and a purpose.
Yeah.
I go to the mall, I'm on a mission. I know what I want. It's not an adventure. I don't like adventures.
You've just summarized our marriage. That I'm the adventurous one where I'm just like, let's do it all. How much time do we have? Okay, we have 3 hours. We're going to make sure at the very beginning and the very last minute we are doing something.
Nope.
Jamie?
It's a mission. It's got to be, what's the purpose of this?
Oh, Jesus.
And what am I going to... I'm going to buy a card in CVS. I'm not walking through the deodorant aisle. I'm going straight to the card aisle and I'm picking the first card that I see and I'm walking out.
Sorry, go ahead.
We go to the marketplace. You getting some bracelets? Go right there to that bracelet place, negotiate and leave. I don't want to see... I'm not into the, let me go over here. It's probably cheaper. Oh, let me go look over here. All right, I'm going to go back over here. No, that's too much. I'm all right. Just get the thing and just go.
Yeah, that's not me. I'm definitely the shop around. Let's go ahead and shop around because that's how you bargain shop, right? Maybe somebody on the other side has a better price, right? You can bargain a little bit more with them. Like, why miss those opportunities? Like, I want to get the bang for my buck. I want to make sure that I explore every possible thing before I make a purchase.
Not for no dollar.
I don't care. $1 is $1.
Yo,
I don't care. A hardworking dollar is a dollar.
Get a man $1. It's just $1.
No.
I ain't bargaining like, oh, he's got it for $1. He's got it for $1 less.
It's the principle of it, Jamie. It's not just the dollar. It's the principle behind it, right? Like, so Jamie knows, hold on, Jamie knows that I hate the feeling of feeling like I was robbed, right? Or feeling like somebody got over on me. I do not like that feeling. It feels so heavy and disgusting to me, right? And so when we were in Kenya, the guy set a price for his whatever. I knew that joint was not worth that. But Jamie was like, you know what? It's okay. Like, sure. We're what did you say? We're investing back into the community. And I'm like, yeah, but I know for sure that joint does not cost that thing. And I'm sitting there stirring because I'm just like, I feel like they're trying to get over on us. And so I had to decrease and be okay because my husband said it's okay and he wants to invest back into the community, even though I feel like it was price gouging. It is what it is. Like, that's just me.
I think the thing costs like $13 US.
I don't care. He charges $13, but that joint was probably worth $5. Like, I probably could have gotten him down to $5. And the fact that we just accepted $13. But anyway, this is for a whole different, another different conversation. But I just like to shop around. I like bargain shopping for sure. Anderson, let Emma know that she's my person. She's my person. Yes, let's get lost. Like, why are we? What plan? I don't like itineraries either when we go on vacation. Like, I don't like agendas. Like, we're going here, there. Like, let there be some flexibility in there for us to get lost or to explore. Emma's my person. What does C. Ray say? Why not plan it before you go? That way it's planned out, but you are doing all the things. And I agree, Carly. You got to get the best value. Otherwise, you get got. See?
$1 ain't getting got.
It is, Jamie. It is. Anything over the price of what it really, the worth that I feel like it is, I feel like I got.
I'd be walking away. Push you. I'd be like, you know what? This ain't my fight. This is your fight.
Yep. I'd be staying there. I'd be fighting.
And I just come and pay when it's time to pay.
So the guy, remember the guy, our driver, he was like, we came out of the store and he's like, you made them sweat, didn't you? I was like, no, maybe a little bit, but
I remember they be trying to get you with the high price. And I'd be like, nah, I'm not paying that much. When it gets down to, they bring it down and it's kind of close to the number I want. I'm like, all right, I ain't fighting you no more. It's whatever. You want it, whether you want it or you don't want it. This one is going to fight too. And I just walk away. I'm like, you know what? I'm out.
Fighting. C-Ray, you asked, why not plan it before you go? So that's the thing, right? Like maybe giving like I think Jamie knows this now, but a heads up before you actually, after getting the purchasing the vacation, I think it would be like, hey, when we get there, I would like for us to like hit the ground running, essentially, opposed to getting there. And then it's like, he's like, I want to chill. And I'm like, I don't want to chill. So I feel like that in that way, yes, make them aware that this is how you want the vacation to start. But planning where you're gonna go, no, I don't want to plan. I just want to go.
No, I don't mind planning. I don't mind going and booking a tour because it's structured. I like structure. I don't like randomness. I like structure. I like A, B, C, D. This is what time we start. This is what time we'll be back. This is where the time you'll eat. And this is, I don't like, because the time goes away. And then when you want to do what you want to do, you can't because the time is gone. So just give me structure. That's all I want. That's all I ask for. I don't like randomness. I don't like exploring. I don't like trying to figure out new things and try new things. Just give me structure. Like the Qatar, we booked the driver. That was perfect. It was perfect. It wasn't us jumping on the train and figuring out what stop to get off and all this other stuff. No, I'm good. I'm good. Structure. That's all I need.
So it's interesting. We had the option of taking the trains, and I told Jamie, if he or the girls worked with us, I would be on them trains. I would be exploring the city in that way, opposed to sitting in a car, having someone take you wherever you want to go. Like, that's great. But
it's a life.
I want to be with the people.
No, the car was air conditioned.
I want to be in the streets.
I don't want to be in the streets. I don't want to be around people.
I want to be in the streets. I want to be outside. Let people know, like let me feel and absorb the true culture, opposed to sitting in a car and just kind of like seeing it through tinted windows.
Nah, because if there's danger, I like hopping in the car and being out. Can't hop in no train and be out.
Yes, you can.
Yeah, wait for it. You and the perpetrator. Y'all both gotta wait for the train.
I don't care. I'm gonna wait in the train and be okay. I'll be okay. But yeah, I think being married to someone who is opposite and as it relates to That would mean that you're very introverted.
I think so. If you can take the train in New York, you can take the train anywhere.
Thank you, Gamal.
I
Boom.
think because
Boom.
I've taken the train in New York, I don't want to take the train anywhere because the New York City trains have scarred me.
Nah. When I went to that place, when I've been to Barcelona, get me on them trains.
Yeah, but what's
Italy,
interesting,
get me on those trains
is when I'm in New York, all I want to do is take the train.
because it's familiar to
There
you.
you go.
But I'm telling you, when you take the trains, once you've taken the trains in New York, and especially it's a big city, I'm telling you, you're going to love it.
I don't want to walk when I'm on vacation.
Oh my gosh. I can't with you.
I think I'm on vacation
can't.
from walking.
I cannot. Like, we're done.
I don't want to walk.
You want to be carried?
That's it. Yeah.
Like what?
Transported.
Yeah, you like that bougie life when you vacation. I don't mind it to a certain extent, but if I'm in a different country, like I want to explore and just embrace the people and the culture. Like I want to be wrapped around it and not feel like I've just gone to this place and said, oh yeah, I went here, but I truly have not taken that time to truly embrace the culture.
Yeah, Latoya knows. Santa D train corner, ain't talk to nobody. Don't want to talk to you. Don't talk to me. I had headphones too back then. Don't talk to me. I'm good.
Oh my gosh. I have nothing to say.
It's just the way I think New York has done that to me. That's why I'm good. I don't like exploring. I like structure. I like to know what I'm doing before I do it so I can prepare for it. I don't like being surprised. And it works. 16 years. It's been working.
Yeah, it works. It works, but it also works. Like it takes work for it to work. And so it takes not a lot of, but again, going back to that compromising piece, like being able to compromise and being able to say, hey, okay, I get it. Let me go ahead and hold this together, this energy that I want to kind of like go and explore. And let me just kind of hold it together and find other things to do with him, with Jamie. But it takes work because sometimes I'll be like, I feel like I'm denying myself or I'm being denied. And it's very selfish, right? For me to think that, especially if I'm going with Jamie or I'm going with someone else, like some people I know love vacationing by themselves. Like they don't like going with people because personalities and everyone is not the same. Everyone doesn't vacation the same. And so I think that's probably something that I would say is super important. Like know who you're going on vacation with. Like learn how they vacation before you go on vacation with them, because I feel like there can be a lot of contentions or a lot of resentment that kind of builds up because you're just like, yo, you don't want to do this, but I want to do that. So you both might be going at, you're on a trip together, but you're literally going in opposite direction. But I think for Jamie and I, it literally had to be something where like we balanced it out. Because I could not be in the hotel room for the majority of it or going on tours. To be honest, tours are great for just one day. After that day is done, like don't look at. I don't want any more tours. I want to do whatever I want to do.
Stay in the hotel and just relax.
It's not vacation. You might as well stay home.
That is vacation.
You're not going to pay thousands of dollars to go to the other side of somebody's country and staying inside of a hotel. There, I'm
I
sorry.
I probably would. I like watching TV in languages I don't understand.
Jay, silly. You are a silly man. Very
Dude, I'm
silly.
serious. I'll sit
because
down and
what sense does that make to sit and watch TV in someone else's language?
I'm learning. I'm observing. I'm looking at body language.
You can do that in your house.
No, I don't get foreign programming in my house.
You can. It's
No,
called
it's
YouTube.
different. It's different when you're in the country.
It's called
me,
YouTube.
It's me becoming all things for all people.
No, you becoming all things to all people would be you in the streets.
You gotta watch. You gotta learn the culture before you go on the streets. So that's what I do with the TV.
But you spend most of the time in the hotel room learning about the culture. But by the time you've learned about the culture, it's time for you to leave. So when do you interface with the culture?
I'm like, oh well, it's time to go.
Guys, someone says, C-Ray says you can watch Telemundo at home. Exactly. Like, why are we even outside?
No, I was watching Nigeria. I was watching Kenyan TV in Swahili. I was disappointed when we got in the hotel and it didn't have channels. I was very disappointed.
You better go and work. Exactly. Thank you so much, Latoya.
You notice it's all the sisters telling me to go and explore, right? The brothers is like, Jamie.
C-Ray is saying you go and stay, go and explore.
Right.
Some brothers just, the C-Ray saying go and explore. Be outside. If you're gonna be outside, be outside. Especially here's the thing, Jamie. You didn't spend $2 to get over to the other side of somebody's country.
I spent the money to go to another country to have a structured, curated experience. Did not spend it to just go hop off the plane and be like, we're gonna go, yeah, let's do this. No. I spent the money because I'm going there because of these things. That's what I'm gonna do. And I just want to eat, sleep, and chill. Maybe go to a mall. Watch a movie, go to a museum. That's it. I don't want to walk around nobody's neighborhood. I don't want to see where nobody lives. It's not doing nothing for me.
What do you mean?
I see people's houses. It's like, oh, all right. The Maasai thing was great because that was a part of the plan. My mind was being prepared for it all day, that this is where we're going to go. So I knew how to embrace it. I think you know me. We've been married for long enough. I don't like surprises. Then we could always go back to when you took me with the iFly thing.
Yes.
It's like, no, I can't prepare my mind for it. If my mind's not prepared for it, I am not going to enjoy it. I'm not going to. It's going to be very hard for me to make the adjustment. If you say we're going somewhere, and then you take a detour and take me somewhere else, it drives me nuts.
Yep. That I know. But I still do it.
Yeah. Still do it. I gotta go along with it.
I still do it. I still be like, I'm so sorry you feel this way. However, I really want to go. And there's been some times where you've left me and let me be. And I'm just like, I'm good too. Mm-hmm. I don't feel abandoned, or I don't feel like whatever. It's just like, because it's nothing worse than having someone. It's nothing worse than having someone that doesn't enjoy what you're doing there with you. Like, that is one of the worst things, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I'm like super happy, like I'm shopping and stuff like that, and Jamie's face is like, whatever, I'd be like, you know what? You go do what you need to do, and I do what I need to do, because it just feels better. And that's okay.
It's perfectly fine.
Yeah. I'm growing, because I wasn't okay with it before.
I'm glad you're okay with it now.
Me too. Praise the Lord. Mm-hmm. The Lord is working, and he's doing amazing things. He's doing amazing things in our marriage, where we can talk about stuff like this and not be, I won't say contentious, because we don't really get contentious in that way. But where it's like it's cool, it's okay, like you being there or me being there or not being there in the space together doesn't take away from what we know that we have, right? The foundation. Like it doesn't take away from me saying, okay, well, if you're not with me, then that means you don't love me. Or if you don't want to come with me and such, that means you don't love me, right? Like we're not there. We know that we are loved. And we know that at the end of the day, when we come back together, that the love still remains. Nothing is taken away.
That's right.
So to make a very long program short, essentially, we talked about our vacationing mission trip that we had this, when did we go? Beginning of August or middle of, what month are we in?
We're in September.
We're in September. So the end of August. And just kind of talking through like how both of us vacation differently and how we've compromised and how it works. Some marriages, some relationships, even friendships may be different. But I feel like it's important for you to find your
sweet spot.
Your sweet spot, and then talk about it. Don't just assume, because I can sit and assume that Jamie should know that I want him with me all the time, or he's gonna sit in a hotel saying I want her with me all the time. But don't assume that. Just talk about it. That's all. Just talk about it.
Communication is key.
It's key. This was super cool. Getting back into the space. It kind of felt awkward at the beginning for me. Like, oh my gosh, what do we do again? But I think we kind of felt right back into our sweet spot of sitting and talking, and I'm getting back into it. But we've missed you all. We've missed this space, and we're glad to be here right now. I won't even say be back. I want to say it, but I don't want to say it because life is, there's just so many things that happen. But know that even when we're not on, that we are thinking about you all, that we're thinking about the space and how we enjoy being in this space. We just don't necessarily have time as much as we wished we had. But we're just really glad to be here. And hopefully next week, I believe our schedules next week will be open for us to be right back here. And then there is something that we wanted to talk about. As it relates to, I think it was the interview with Cam Newton, and I don't remember her name, of Dr. somebody. I don't remember her name, but essentially like what he was talking about as it relates to, I don't want to spoil it. Just come back next week. And we're going to talk a little bit about that. But yeah, happy Friday and happy Saturday to those that observe the Sabbath. And we hope that you guys have a wonderful day tomorrow and a wonderful week. We also continue to pray for those who are struggling, but also more specifically, those who are mourning the loss of family members and friends. Please know that our thoughts and our prayers are with you all. So this is Carlene.
This is Jamie.
Peace.
3, 2, 1.